kind of like an 80s, 90s retro feel. I just can't get enough of that hard Dodger. I don't really know what shape that is. Nice big aft cabin. We opened up all of the engine access here, as you can see. What's up, guys? I've got an awesome boat tour for you today. It's a 1986 Norseman 535. Now, part of the reason I'm so excited to show you this boat is because there were only a handful of these boats made, and I found one. Anyway, guys, I think you're gonna like it. Also, if you're enjoying these videos, be sure to hit that subscribe button. It certainly helps us a lot, so thank you in advance. And without further ado, let's get to the tour. Nice thing about this boat being on the hard is obviously you guys can see the condition of the hull, which all looks pretty good, and you can see the hull profile. So you've got a skeg hung rudder there, very strong. So really nice higher performance hull profile. This boat is going to sail really well, but also be a great offshore cruiser because you've got that protected rudder, as well as the fact that this boat is just built very, very well. No bow thruster though. That is one thing I'm a little surprised about. Before we continue with the boat tour, I want to thank Vessi for sponsoring this video. Now, sponsorships like this help keep the content flowing, so I want to thank you guys as well for understanding. If you just love wet socks, then go ahead and skip this ad. But if not, then you're gonna want to keep watching. I've always asked myself, as advanced as we are as a society, why the heck aren't everyday shoes waterproof? Well, Vessi has solved that problem. Their shoes are 100% waterproof, not just water resistant. They're also stylish, comfortable, and breathable. Made from Dymatex, a dual climate knit material that keeps you cool when it's warm and warm when it's cool. They'll keep your feet 100% dry even on the wettest days. Personally, both Randy and I love ours and have started wearing them almost every single day now. They're also great to wear while sailing and just generally on boats because their soles are slip resistant and non-marking. Now, we took our Vessis for a test run at one of the local parks recently. Check this out. All right, and here's the result of the test. Ankle deep water. Socks are nice and dry. What do you think so far, Randy?
So far, they're very comfortable. I actually wore them at work the other day, all day teaching, and I'm also 7 months pregnant right now, so I feel like that's a pretty good test, and they were comfortable all day. Didn't have any issues, so I feel pretty good about it.
Very nice. So Vessis are now our go-to shoes by our door. They've certainly saved our feet from wet, soggy socks. Go ahead and check them out by going to the link in the description below. And when you do that and use the offer code LearningTheLines, you'll get $25 off each pair of adult Vessi shoes. All right, guys, thanks for sticking with me. Now let's get back to the boat tour. I just stepped aboard this Norseman from the stern here, and as you guys can see, we've got a center cockpit forward of me. You guys know I love center cockpits, so I'm excited about this one. Turning aft, got a very large aft deck here, 2 deck compartments. I'm gonna go ahead and open one. So 2 nice big storage lockers on the stern here. That's gonna be a hatch down into the aft cabin, I believe. And we've got really nice stainless steel Simpson davits off the back. Really high quality, heavy duty, 300 kilogram working load. Definitely lift a lot. All right, guys, turning forward. As you guys can see, this boat is in storage mode, so the mast is off the boat. It's definitely more responsible when you're leaving your boat on the hard for an extended period of time to store it without the mast, especially in Florida in a hurricane zone. So it shows that the owner takes care of the boat. Going forward, we've got our center cockpit to port here, but we're gonna look at that when we come back aft. We're gonna go forward first on these side decks. These are really nice wide side decks, high bulwarks. This lifeline is really high. It goes up to my hip. That's definitely higher than most sailboats. It's not at that weird tripping height that's normally like right down here. It's significantly higher. Looking at the coach roof, we've got a hard Dodger, solar on top. Plenty of ventilation. I mean, there's ventilation all over the deck. there's hatches, there's dorades, there's vents. Got a life raft right up there on the foredeck. Nice looking foredeck. Really safe. You can tell this thing is built for offshore passages. Everything looks overbuilt. Everything looks safe, meant to keep you on the boat. So we've got a basically flush foredeck from those windows right there forward. We do have these extrusions that come out with the ventilation, but forward of that, it is, aside from that hatch right there, completely flush. So really nice clean deck. One thing I wanted to mention is the fact that we have high bulwarks here in addition to this aluminum tow rail. So what that's going to give you is obviously a really safe deck that you can't really slide off of, but also attachment points on the tow rail all along the side of the boat. So you've got the best of both worlds. Lots of times you only see a bulwark and no tow rail, or you only see a tow rail and no bulwark. So combining these two features is just a small thing, but it's really cool. I don't see that often, and I like that a lot. Nice big horizontal windlass, dual bow roller on the front. These are the spreaders for the mast sitting up here. We got a chain locker down below. Turn it aft. Really, really pretty boat. It's got, you know, kind of like an 80s, 90s retro feel, spaceshipy, you know, type design. Just the lines, it looks really, really cool. Brings back the nostalgia from my childhood when everything was kind of styled like this. Going aft, we do have the boom right here on the side deck. Like I said, this boat's in storage mode. I just can't get enough of that hard Dodger. That's real glass windows there, so you're not going to have the crazing and clouding problems you'll have with acrylic. And then finally the cockpit. So it looks like you're going to be doing pretty much all of your sailing from the cockpit here. You've got a nice, safe cockpit. It's not a huge cockpit for the size of this boat, obviously, but it is safe. It's made to sail. It's made to sail single-handed. It's made to sail offshore. So you want a cockpit that is going to keep you safe, and this is one of them. You've got protection on the front from that hard Dodger from the weather. You've got all your winches within arm's reach of the helm. 6 winches, powered winches as well on both sides. Being this big, this is definitely a boat that looks like you can easily shorthand or single hand. And then you got your main sheet right here. All goes back to the cockpit, all within reach of the helm. Engine controls, instruments, other side. You got a little bit deeper of a locker here. More storage. Alright guys, I just wanted to show myself in the cockpit real quick. As you can see, I've got pretty decent headroom, a little over 6 feet. And I just wanted to show you this because I want you to see how protected I am in this cockpit. I mean, I can do everything I need to on this boat while I'm sailing it, while I'm here. I can keep an eye on my sails, I can be at the helm, I can control the sails, and it is just probably basically the most protected you're gonna get. There's no way I'm ever gonna fall off of this boat in this cockpit. I mean, obviously you'd be harnessing too, but I mean, there's just no way. You're not falling off, you're protected from the weather. It's just very, very safe. A nice, safe cockpit built to sail offshore. I like it a lot. Going down below, just gonna do a quick 360. Looks like it's gonna be a really nice, well laid out interior. To starboard we have, I don't really know what shape that is, but it's a different looking main settee. I mean, it's definitely using all of the room it can, while also offering a good amount of room to be able to walk as well. So I like it a lot. We've got handholds on the cabin top there. Forward facing nav station to starboard, looking to port. Another settee, and then a Nook style galley to port. We've got a galley that you step down into. Again, everything about this boat is just meant to be offshore. I mean, you can cook in this galley and brace yourself at any point of sail, cook on the gimbaled stove, and be you know, safe while you're doing it. We've got high fiddles on the counters to help with things falling off. Lots of storage. Cold storage back there. Nice deep sink. Looks like granite countertops. Really nice. Again, just designed for sailing. Forward to port, we've got our other settee here. That's a TV. You know, obviously, storage behind the settee. Cushions. Under the cushions, we've got stainless steel tankage. Same can be said for the other settee as well, storage. We're gonna take a look at underneath the cabin sole in a little bit as well. But let's go forward. Interesting mural on the bulkhead here. Going forward to port, we've got a cabin with 2 single bunks right here. So a great cabin. I kind of look at these as kid cabins. These are great cabins for 2 kids if you're a family. Going forward, got a really big forward cabin up here with very large V-berth. I don't even know if I consider that a V-berth. That's definitely bigger than your standard V-berth. Lots of room. Cedar lined clothes storage. Got a little seat here, place to sit while you're in the cabin. That's really cool. Look at how that opens. To starboard over here looks to be a head and shower that is also accessible from the main salon. It's gonna be that door. So head, separate shower. Really nice. And what's interesting is this room here, kind of like a workroom, storage room, maybe changing room. I would actually probably use this just because we're new parents. I would use this as a changing table for a baby. Just put a pad on it and put a railing. That's actually a really, really good changing table and a place to store diapers, all that kind of stuff. But obviously that can be used however you wish. And there's that other door. So we're gonna continue aft. Take a look at the forward-facing nav station here. Nice little nav station. Got everything you need. Again, like a lot of these older boats though, no real visibility outside. However, with new technology, you can put a screen right there and have a 360 cam. See the whole boat as well as in front of you. That's what I would do. Going aft, we're gonna have engine access right here. We'll take a look at that in a little bit. Got storage back here. Yeah, I've seen these areas on center cockpit boats, you know, basically the hallway that goes into the aft cabin. I've seen them used as workshops. That's kind of what this is. So I just went ahead and opened up this panel here. As you can see, you've got some type of storage right here. I'm not 100% sure what that is. Again, you got equipment storage here. It's gonna be generator access back here, as well as another big closet. And going aft. So we've got a really, really nice big aft cabin. It's one of the things that makes center cockpit boats so appealing as monohulls, is this big, looks like basically a king size island berth back here. Tons of closed storage behind this door. Multiple places to sit and hang out. TV, more storage under the bed, and then got a little vanity forward. And forward of the berth, we've got another full bath with a separate shower. Very, very nice. Ensuite head, separate shower. I like it. Alright guys, so just wanted to show you, we opened up all of the engine access here. As you can see, stairs come forward, got really good access to the transmission. The port side opens up as well. You've got really good access to the filters. All right there. And then going into the hallway, this whole side opens up here as well. amazing access to everything down here. Definitely a lot less boat yoga to be done to work on these engines than some other sailboats I've been aboard. Very nice. And then you got storage on the backs of these doors here. We got part of the cabin stall open just so you can see all the tanks are below the cabin stall here. You're looking at the day tank right there, but you've got multiple tanks on this boat. Plenty enough tankage to cruise the world. Really nice. Alright guys, it's time for the full continuous below decks walkthrough from bow to stern, and again, doing it in the new style where I don't say anything and you're going to see tons of information on the boat on the side scrolling down as I do it. So let's get started. Alright guys, although that boat did show its age in a lot of ways, I really enjoyed that boat a lot. Now obviously there were some cosmetic issues and some things that needed to be upgraded, so you know, there's that. There's definitely some things that could be done in this boat, but it didn't seem like there was anything that was completely necessary to be done to get cruising on this boat. I mean, this boat can go in the water, you can start sailing, and you can work on it as you go. I think it's a great boat for that. This is one of the models that Randy and I have been looking at for our next potential boat. And to be honest, we kind of came at a fork in the road when we came across this. We looked at this listing and I went, you know, obviously to film the boat tour, and then we talked about the boat and we were like, well, if we weren't doing what we were already doing in our lives, which we think will eventually become, you know, essentially better for us, we probably would have bought this boat. This is an awesome family boat at an awesome price, and I do believe the seller is most likely negotiable on that value. That's going to be down in the description below. You're talking about a big boat. This is a 53-foot offshore cruiser. It's extremely well built, and like I said, although it does need some work, it has an awesome layout, it's an awesome build, it has exceptional build quality, meant to go offshore, and I mean, it really is a great boat for a family with kids. You guys saw that it had 2 forward cabins, one with 2 bunks and 1 big forward cabin, a head up there, and it also had a massive aft cabin with an ensuite head. I mean, the layout is perfect for a family of 4 with the occasional guests in that forward cabin. You guys know I love center cockpits, and you guys saw how I was talking about it in the video. It's not a very big center cockpit, but it is extremely safe, and that's what really matters when you're offshore. Now, going down below, I've definitely seen better boats looks-wise, but design-wise, this boat was really at the top of its class. It was just a no-nonsense, good sailing boat, a good cruising boat, just meant to be out there in the ocean and meant to be lived aboard. You had handrails everywhere, storage everywhere, a functional kitchen, a functional layout, and you didn't have these massive wide open spaces that could be potentially dangerous offshore. Everywhere you went, you were able to brace and hold on to something. That is one of the signs of a true offshore vessel. And then on top of all that, the engine access as well as storage and tankage was truly exceptional. Anyway guys, like I said, we could have gone this route, put everything we got into buying this boat, but we hope that our decision to do something else is going to end up better for us and also better for you guys and the channel. But anyway, I think her next owner is going to be very happy with her. Probably going to keep an eye on her and see if, you know, she sits on the market and what happens, but I loved this boat as if it's not obvious enough. As with all of our videos, the current asking price as well as the broker contact information is going to be in the description below if you're interested in potentially purchasing this vessel or just want some more information. That's going to be it for this one. We're definitely going to keep Norseman's on the short list of boats that we really like for ourselves as well as for you guys. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, leave a comment down below, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell if you want to know each and every time we drop a video. See you guys.
I've got it right and I got it wrong, but I learned my lesson hanging on. Come sit here with me by the fire and let